A scout team has reported the presence of an American supply dump in a nearby village. These supplies are vital for them to continue their resistance against our advance. Our 2 platoons of reconnaissance tanks have managed to sneak through the enemy lines by fording a river and are now in position to attack the supply dump. A quick hit-and-run attack is our only chance to destroy the supply dump before heavy enemy reinforcements can arrive. Hello there, and welcome to the fields of central Germany. Welcome once more to GHPC, where today we are driving a very special little tank, the PT-76, a light scout tank, a Soviet design, so we are playing red for today. However, this one belongs to the East German army, as you can see. Well, this tank has a pretty unique feature. It can swim. It is amphibious. Here in the rear you can actually see these 2 covers. They are covering the underwater propulsion that gets used to move this thing through the water. You can imagine that making a tank swim means that you need to compromise on a lot of things. So this tank has a gun that is, well, it's not amazing, but it is adequate for a light scout tank. Everything else, however, is really not that great. The armor on this thing is terrible, it's paper thin. If we should get hit by anything heavy, we are not surviving that. Any heavy round goes straight through this thing. Really terrible armor. Also, you would want a scout tank to be really fast, which this thing certainly isn't. And you would want a scout tank to be, you know, small, inconspicuous, which once again this thing really isn't. It's a big box, as you can see. It needs to be a big box so that it can swim. So, compromises. Oh, and it doesn't end there. It really doesn't end there. There's more to it. You see, this tank is quite old, and as such, it does not have a modern fire control system. In fact, what fire control system? I don't have a laser rangefinder. That means I have to estimate the range by eye, and then I have to set the range manually. So hitting targets with this might be difficult. And even if I should hit targets, well, as I said, the gun is adequate but not amazing. The caliber is quite small, and we also do not have that much ammunition on board. At least not that much ammunition in the ready rack, which gets emptied very fast on this vehicle. Now, I'm still confident that we can accomplish our mission today, which is a raid on an enemy supply dump in this village on the other side of this ridgeline. The enemy does not expect us, so we will be able to surprise them, and we are to destroy their supplies as fast as possible and to then withdraw before heavy enemy reinforcements can come in from the next village over. That's the plan. Let's see if we can accomplish that. We do have my own platoon of 3 tanks, and we have a second platoon of 3 tanks. 6 tanks. Let's hope that's enough. Here we go. Driving out there. You know what? I think I want to restock as much as possible. And I want to hit the village with artillery and an airstrike. You know, just to soften them up a bit. Okay, driving up. Platoon. Come up in a line. There's the village. There's an enemy APC. Range, let's try a kilometer. Let's load heat next. That was a hit, okay. It's dead. Looks like we have plenty of enemy infantry that we are currently shooting at. Nice. Any other APCs or something like that? None that I can see right now. Enemy infantry. There seems to be plenty of them to go around. What's that? Nothing, just a shadow. Okay, let's shoot at the enemy for a bit. I will join in with frag rounds. Loading frag now. I think I hear an airplane coming. Yeah, the airplane came in and rocketed the place. Fired a salvo of rockets. Can I call in more artillery? In a minute, okay. That's good. There's an enemy soldier. Wow, so much fire coming in from my tanks. On that wall back there. Enemy infantry on that wall. Let's splash some frag off the house in the background. Good. Okay. Soon I'll be able to call in more artillery. I think we need to go down there and make sure that we take out any enemy trucks that are hidden in between the buildings. Let me... Before we do that, let me try to restock ammunition on my tanks. Guys, I want you to restock. And I want you to restock. Good. Okay, we are restocking. I can call in artillery again. And which I will do to get rid of the enemy troops here on the edge of the village, I think. And now we'll go in. Drop some smoke in front of those guys. Let's go in. Formation. Come into an echo on the right, please. The other tanks up there, they are providing overwatch. Let's drive down there. As I said, we have to try to get this done before heavy enemy reinforcements show up. Okay, my tank is restocked. Guys, come on. Don't tell me the hill is too steep for you. What the hell are you doing? Get into your position in my formation. Enemy soldiers. Let's suppress. Okay, my tanks are arriving in formation now. Enemy APC there. Range 600-ish. Load heat next. Didn't think there would be another enemy APC. Not sure if that hit anything. Oh, I did not actually switch to heat. Okay, that's fine. Let's continue on. I'm wary of enemy reinforcements. Enemy soldiers. Let's just suppress them. Okay. I can now get glimpses in between the buildings. I'm just looking for trucks. There's a truck. Good. You know what, let's get out of here. We're getting way too close to this place. Turn around, guys. Platoon formation column. Let's ditch. And I want to restock on whatever. Back up the hill we go, come on. I can drop more artillery on those enemy troops. And let me drop some smoke cover for us right here. Let's leave. My tanks are following. We are getting out. This is a pretty steep hill. Okay, there comes our smoke cover. We'll use that to disengage. Because this thing actually does not have any smoke launchers and I cannot deploy a smoke screen. Enemy tanks, crap, that's the enemy reinforcements. They're coming. Hurry up guys, we need to get out of here. Second platoon is covering us. Let's leave. Can't call in any more support right now. Let's just get off the ridge here. And then I'll withdraw the second platoon. Okay, where's my other tank? He's coming. Oh, I cannot switch to the second platoon. Okay, that's fine. Let's leave them. They're covering us. We have to get to over here. Let's just leave. Load heat. No, just in case. These things are not made to fight enemy tanks. They really aren't. So let's make sure we get out of here before we are forced to. The enemy M60s are far, far superior to this thing. Smoke. Let's drop the smoke in front of these guys. Okay. I'm at the withdrawal waypoint. I think I can end the mission now. Gunfight is still happening and this does not sound good for my scoutings that are covering us for the second platoon. Should we try to get involved? I'll regret this. Give them some cover to retreat maybe? See if we can get at the enemy tanks. Take a few shots. I mean, if I can hit with a heat round. Nah. I don't know how many enemy tanks I'm facing. This is not wise. Let's not. Let's just retreat. And end the mission. Smoke has been deployed up there, so they can get out. We have won. Awesome. Looks like we actually did not lose a single tank, which is amazing. 93 shots fired from NATO, 449 by us. Wow. Okay, that's including machine gun rounds, of course. So let's see what was fired. I will exclude the small caliber ammunition, because that's gonna be a ridiculously large number, yeah. We are just gonna go for the main gun shots. So here we have, apparently I fired the first shot at this enemy APC with an APCR round, and that actually did hit and did go through the leg of this gunner. Poor guy. We can see enemy infantry there on this wall. Pretty nice. Then looks like, let's see who fired this. You are a member of the covering platoon. Okay. You fired a shot at this APC on the left side here, taking out the gunner. Very nice. And somebody else fired another one. And then we have frag rounds coming in. This frag round hit the tree, and I guess the soldiers around it didn't have a great time. Then what else do we have? Somebody fired an APCR round at this truck. Oh, there was a tank. Ooh. He fired the round through the truck into the tank. And did it penetrate? Not really. No, not really. The engine was hit a little bit, but I doubt that it was enough to take out this tank. That's interesting. Okay, somebody fired a frag round right into this group of infantry, ensuring that they had an extremely uncomfortable time. A frag round going into this building here, right next to all these guys. Another APCR round being shot at this tank through the truck. Did penetrate the exhaust pipe of the tank, and that's about it. I guess it just lost too much kinetic energy going through the truck. Then I fired something and missed horribly. I fire heat shell at enemy infantry just to clear my barrel, I think. Should have aimed a little bit lower. Another attempt to take out the tank. Hitting the side of it once more. Not doing anything to it. And then somebody switching to heat rounds, hitting this truck. This is me shooting and missing these infantry guys horribly. Then we have... that's the airplane coming in with rockets, S8 rockets. So it fired an S8 rocket salvo, apparently trying to hit the tank maybe. But actually hit the building in front of it. No, one of the rockets hit the commander's cupola. Oh, that's amazing. And it penetrated. Wounded the loader. And the gunner. That's nice. That's really nice. Also hit the laser rangefinder. Hitting the house. Hitting the truck. Nice rocket salvo. That's a lot of rockets, I guess. Hitting the tree here, just splashing fragments on those trucks. This is me shooting another frag round and this infantry. Missing by an inch, but still missing. Now somebody fires a heat shell at this APC and absolutely obliterates this poor gunner. This is me shooting. And once again... How could I miss that? I missed. Somebody else didn't though. Somebody fired an APCR round which actually hit the wall and dispersed. And the fragments of the round and of the wall then mowed down the infantry guy behind it. Oh my god, I'm terrible today. Missing these guys. Heat round fired into the wall produces nice results. This is me shooting into this building, just a frag round fired into it, hoping that it will splash back into the infantry. Not sure that that worked out too well. It is a rather small caliber frag round after all. I'll try again. The results don't seem to be much better compared to before. Here somebody takes aim at an APC and hits the spare ammunition, so I guess that's it for this vehicle. Somebody fires a heat round into the wall. The heat round of course detonates as soon as it hits the wall and transforms the wall and the molten liquid metal of the heat round into, well, it's essentially a big shotgun blast. It can be compared to that, obliterating everything behind. I hit this guy. Okay, so I missed all those infantry soldiers, but I hit this guy with a frag round. I put a frag round directly into the gunner here. probably killing him. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this guy did not survive this. And I do it again. Wow, okay. What else do we have? Then we do our little drive-by here. I fire a frag round at these guys just to suppress them. And then I fire a frag round into this truck. Looks like all the enemy trucks have been taken out. Let me actually check that. Are there any more enemy trucks? There's that enemy tank. I guess the enemy tank was abandoned after being hit by that airplane. That's my guess at least. No trucks. No trucks. There's another truck here. 2 trucks. These might still be alive, in fact. Maybe. Okay, good to know. Still, the mission was a win, so we did enough damage. Then somebody hits... Somebody from the covering force hits this poor guy with a heat round into the leg. Poor guy. Another APCR round this time. Safe to say that this guy is dead. Heat round. Wow. A little bit excessive, but okay. And then the enemy tanks start to come in. And you fire a frag at this thing, which does not do anything at all. And heat round this time, hitting the turret, but not penetrating. Frag round. Maybe this tank shooting here is out of heat or AP rounds after shooting them at the infantry. Well, the frag round doesn't do anything. Another frag round. And frag round. Yeah, just frag rounds now. Okay, here we have a heat round hitting this tank, which is for some reason looking behind. Hitting the turret and actually penetrating. So here we have actually effect on target. Very nice. Another frag round. The tanks are now shooting back. An armor piercing round goes straight through without hitting anything important. This time, however, the hit is better. The driver is killed. Heat round fired back at the tanks, but aimed too low. And another armor piercing round fired at this vehicle up here, taking out the engine. Is it the same one where the driver just died? Let's have a quick look. 223, no, the driver of 223 is dead. This is 221 now. This thing is not going anywhere, the engine is gone. Another frag round. Another frag round. And another frag round. So, of those 3 APCs that were still on the hill, it seems that none had any heat or AP rounds remaining. Yeah, we can actually see inside the tank. They're running extremely low on ammunition. They just continue to fire all the time and fired off their heat and AP rounds at infantry, which was not smart in retrospect. Also, 2 of these vehicles are not going anywhere because driver or engine are destroyed. One can still move, so one can use the smoke that we laid down to escape. The enemy tanks, I don't think they lost a single one. Looks like 4 enemy tanks were coming in. That's a threat. That's certainly a threat. I'm kinda glad that I didn't pick a fight with them, because fighting 4 M60s with the crappy gun that these scout tanks have, I wouldn't rank my chances very high. Let's just leave it at that. So, good job, we got out in time. This was a rather interesting little mission, I think. I really enjoyed this, and I hope that you did too. Let me know in the comments what you think and if you actually want to see more GHPC. Or maybe something else. I look forward to your feedback. Once again, thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate your presence here. And I really do hope to see you again in the next video. Until then, have some really great days and goodbye.